Hi, this is Stacy with Gooseberry Bridge Farm, and where are you, buddy? Teddy! We are out in the garden today. It's the middle of the day, and it's cloudy, and it's rained a whole bunch last night. So we had a late night last night with being open for flower picking, and we didn't get to the garden until after dark, and we've pretty much learned that it is very difficult to pick tomatoes, especially blushing tomatoes, in the dark. Oh yeah, that one's yucky, buddy. Anyway, a yucky tomato. So we got a bowl, we've got a harvest basket, and we are also kind of evaluating our tomatoes because we're expecting potential storms tonight too. So since our last video, we've had 2 rounds of storms. So we've got a lot of this going on. This was from last week's storms that made our tomatoes fall down, and then they start to go back up, and I'm tucking them back in. It's really, there's only so much we can do when they get above the trellis, but I will show you on the next row what we have been doing. It's been working pretty well.
Letting them
Look,
go on
our
the other side.
Tomato tunnel. Right, we're letting them go on the other side. We put string across here and then kind of wrapped it around a little bit as we were going. These were much smaller at that point, but then they still want to grow up instead of across because they're not vines. But at least that way they are supported, and if they end up making any fruit up there, we will get it, but they probably won't at this point in the season. But what it is doing, besides providing a habitat for this cool spider, where is he? Oh, garden spider. It's shading all these tomatoes here, so if we get another heat wave, we won't lose all these tomatoes to sunburn because their leaves are all dying from the various fungal issues we're dealing with at this point in the year. There's nothing we can do about those in this heat. Oh, or not heat, humidity, sorry, rain. It's actually not hot today. It's actually super nice. Here's one of our tomatoes. This is the stage we pick them at when they're just blushing. Here, Teddy, take those to the bowl.
Where's the bowl?
It's over there. We've got some nice basil growing in here. It seems to be really happy in the shade of the tomatoes, and we've also got, it's hard to show you because everything's so interplanted, but there's a marigold. This is a bean plant.
Mommy.
Yeah, do you want me to put another tomato in there? Here, there. Here's some more bean. There's bean flowers. These are Thai long beans. So up here you can see there's a bunch of them, and the bean leaves are all intertwined with the tomatoes. It's working really well. Let's see if I can get over here and show you. So those bean leaves are also going to provide shade. And the other thing that I've been trying to figure out is if the beans could actually help hold up the tomatoes when they're kind of up here. They're wrapping around them and also wrapping around this in some places. I don't see that happening here, but actually right here, the bean is on one side and the tomatoes in the middle between that, and it's helping to support the plant up at the top. It's only gonna help so much when we get 60, 70 mile an hour winds later, but here we are. All right, so Teddy is picking some cherry tomatoes. We're getting our bowl pretty full. I'm gonna set it down and show you a couple other things. One being, this is a loofah. You can see all those lighter green leaves up there are loofah vine. My loofahs took forever to take off this year, and I'm not really sure why. Watch out, Teddy. But they finally are taking off, and this is a baby loofah. Yesterday these were all covered in flowers, and that one hopefully has been pollinated and will grow a little bit. It's too late in the season to get mature loofahs. Like that one is not even quite big enough, but it will grow big enough. But at this point, this tiny one, wherever it went up there, doesn't have time for that. It's too late in the season to let the loofahs mature like this guy up here. So the new flowers that are female flowers, like any squash plant that produce a loofah, we are going to eat them. They are going to make little loofahs, maybe about that long. I'll show you probably in the next video, because right now I found, oh, there's a bird in our tunnel. I found 4 or 5 today that are going to be ready in the next few days to pick and eat, and they are very tasty, similar to zucchini. And at this point in the season, we are not getting zucchini because our plants look really sad and they're really tired. If we had planted more zucchini, we might get zucchini, but the way our pest pressure is here in southern Missouri, unless you're really using pesticides, either organic or otherwise, and staying on top of the squash bug eggs the whole season, there's no way we can plant new plants. Everybody says, oh, the pest pressure will be less. Yeah, we've even tried pulling out all of our squash and then planting new a little while later, and the bugs are just like, they just sit there and wait. So I'm not doing that anymore. We will just plant as much as we possibly can. Started right before our last frost in April, and then we'll move them out. There's some really cute little birds in here today. Anyway, loofahs are the late season zucchini around here. All right, I'm out in the middle of the garden now. I was going to show you, oh look, you can see behind me, our new bush beans back there. I planted this whole row. Let me show you. This row I replanted. We did this the first day, and then about 2 days later I did all the rest of these, so you can actually see them coming up. There's one there, and then I'm gonna do this whole row as soon as I get a chance, probably hopefully tomorrow or the next day. And then these 2 rows are already planted also. Those are 9-inch facing, so there's not quite as many there. And I was gonna put beans in this area. That's where our garlic was in the spring, and we just haven't had anything there since then. All that white is the paper feed sacks disintegrating, and there's feed sacks under that row to help keep the weeds down. And there's a squash bug. Squish him. So this row comes next, and then we also have another row about this long behind the garden that had potatoes in it that I set up with weed fabric. Watch the beans, baby. There's baby beans. Oh, you found some tomatoes. Where'd you get those?
No, they were.
Oh, those are from the yucky pile? Okay. So next, me and Teddy are going to pick our carrots that are in here. Did you get a crate, buddy?
Yep.
All right, let's go get some carrots. We're not gonna pick every carrot in here because some of them are tiny, and then some of them.
Oh, I see one.
Some of them, like this one, we're not gonna pick because it's already flowering. Okay, that's your test carrot. All right, that looks pretty good. Is it split? Because again, with things splitting around here, when we get uneven rainfall,
no, not.
I water these beds every day. That's good. That one looks good. Just put it in our crate and we'll rinse everything off together before we do anything else with it. Why don't you get this one next? Straight up, bud. That one's a little sad looking. Oh, it's got legs. Pretty fun. So carrots have been a challenge for me. I haven't really figured them out yet. We planted these back in May. They should be more than ready by now, but some of them are still going to be small because that's what happens. That one looks pretty good. I planted these 3 beds because the rest weren't full of dirt yet when I planted the carrots. So we'll see what we get, and we're going to keep trying. I'm going to refill these beds with compost. That is a good one. Did it break, or is it just really nubby? I guess it's nubby. All right, I mixed all the varieties together, so who knows what these are. But me and Teddy are going to pick them, and then we'll show you what we got. All right, so this carrot pulling thing is going like way better than I expected. We left the one that's gone to seed, and look in our crate here at all these carrots. They're not like store carrots, but this is like, these are actually the best carrots we've ever grown. I think the raised bed is really helping. We've always tried to plant them in the ground before. This one's gonna have a lot more weeds, but we've also had issues with pests. I don't know what they are, carrot weevils or something. I don't know, something that eats holes in carrots.
Whoa, I think like.
And we did have one come out of the raised bed with the bug damage. So we'll see. All right, now we're in our outdoor kitchen. We're gonna wash up the carrots. I can't even remember where I last left off in the garden because things got a little weird. I had to stop for lunch at 4 o'clock. And we went back and picked a few more carrots and finished up the tomatoes. It's starting to get kind of dark and stormy, so we are washing the carrots in the outdoor kitchen. So this sink is more of a, not really a sink. I mean, it is a sink, but the drain, it goes into the floor and we turn around and it comes outside out there. I don't know why there's a dog bowl right outside that. That's weird. There's some goats in our yard. I don't know, I guess the kids gave them some kind of treats over there. So I don't know what else they'd be eating. But anyway, we have the rabbit tractors all huddled out there. You can really see in the camera where the rabbits have eaten the grass and turned it all brown under our tree because we had a big heat wave the last couple weeks, months, I don't know, it's summer. Anyway, the heat meant we had to keep the rabbits under this tree, and so they ate all the grass. But now they're gonna be out in the yard, and that huddle setup is, because of the storms we're expecting tonight, it will keep them from blowing away. This one out here in the yard does not have a rabbit in it. It has a wasp nest in it, so the kids actually put it out there, hoping that it would get rained on and make the wasps go away, but I'm not sure that's gonna work, and hopefully it doesn't go blowing across the yard. Okay, Teddy, are you gonna help me wash the carrots? Here's all our onions that are curing. You can watch our other video about curing onions. They are pretty much done. They're all dried up and ready to go into a cold storage area, which I don't have. So we're working on getting them all situated. At least one good thing about this sink draining straight outside is that the dirt is all going to just go back into the yard when we rinse it off instead of going into the drain. So we're snapping off the tops of these and washing them, and then we're going to put them in the refrigerator and start processing them in the next few days. Just washing the carrots? Okay, Teddy, ready to wash?
Yep.
Okay, pick up carrots and run them under the water like this. And then once they're clean and not dirty anymore, you don't put them back. You put them on the towel. Okay? Over there. We're checking for holes too, okay? This little white one. See, this one has a hole. We need to use it sooner. I'm going to put the ones that have holes into the sink, okay? Ready? Are you listening? I wonder why the goats are screaming so much.
Sometimes it bubbles.
Is it? Yeah, maybe they don't like the storm coming. Okay. Alright, it's raining now, and Teddy is stomping. Can you stop that for a second? Hey, it looks like you got sprayed, buddy. Are you wet? No. Alright, he was helping with the carrots. These are all the tops, which you can make stuff out of. They're edible, blah blah, whatever. We're feeding them to the rabbits. And I just don't have it in me right now. So these are the carrots that we washed that are going to go into a bag here in a bit when they're a little more dry. And they're not like washed ready to eat, they're just like not completely disgusting. And then this is the ones that had damage, which in years past we've got a lot more of this kind of bug damage. There's like a hole there, it's like a little burrowing insect, but it's really only on this part, so we just have to cut that off, and the rest of it's fine. Some of them are a little worse. This one looks fine, it's just one spot. This one has like a soft spot on that side, but the rest is fine. This one broke when we were picking it. It smells like carrots. There's the other end of the broken one. So, can you show me one, Teddy? That one has a few holes. We were just going to eat these first. That was the point of that. We're going to make them first. Can you show them that one? Oh, that one is funky. You can't. But that's what carrots look like when you grow them. Or they look like this guy.
But longer.
That one, yeah, we cut off the roots were really long. We cut them off, and then I noticed it looked kind of funny. So
And here's not the good ones.
I wish I could tell you. Oh, here's another one that needs to go in
And like, here's a
later,
pretty one.
pile. That one is a pretty one. The yellow one. We have yellow, and we have
Like,
orange. We have two different kinds of orange carrots here. The stubby ones, like kind of these guys. And we've got long, or this one, like we have this one that just stops, so it's not broken. And we have the long pointy ones. And then we also have the purples and the yellows. I assume that, I think it came from
yeah, here's one of the yellows.
a rainbow thing. And we usually get a lot of whites from our rainbow mixes, but they didn't do as well this year, so that's kind of fun. This one looks a little funky too, so maybe I should have sorted this better. Anyway, you probably can't hear me because it's raining, so we're gonna sign off for now. Say bye, Teddy. Wow, this light is like super fun for my hair. Anyway, we will see you next time. Bye.